Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to today's trade recap from today's price action. How I end up taking one trade and getting break even. Super fun. I'm pretty excited. I've been loving this price action lately. But well, let's start. First with the 4 hour, what was my bias? I was leaning bearish only for the reason that, well, let me erase everything. I was leaning bearish because, well, we are just in a bearish trend. We had like these equal highs, so that was like a little, that's something that it wasn't equal highs, it was a, whatchamacallit, the relative equal highs, because they're like separated by a tick. But that was something like, okay, I can see maybe price sweeping out this and maybe having some type of internal structure and just coming up here and then keep going on with bearish structure. But still I was like, okay, I prefer just focusing on bearish or just take it up in conditions. So I want to see like bearish price action getting disrespected, open up like 50-minute for values, 5-minute for values, and then take continuation longs to that buy sell liquidity. So I was open up to those two scenarios. Then at the 1 hour, we had this only fair value gap in all this leg. So I wanted to see maybe what we were going to do from this little like price action internally to then maybe take continuation shorts. Market open was around right here. So a market open, we had like a really nice short. Well, it wasn't like a short because we never had the 5-minute inverse, but we had these relative equal lows right here. So then when I saw like this, that we swept this, and then we respected this 5-minute, I wanted to see like, oh shit, this looks like internally looks pretty good for longs because we had targets above us. We had this 50-minute for value gap right here, 50-minute for value gap, and we had this internal high. So those are prices that I want to see price rebalance to then keep going lower, because I want to see a cycle of liquidity to then no, this internal high. I want to see a cycle of liquidity, of buy sell liquidity, to then go seek sell sell liquidity. So I was open to maybe take longs. Where is this? But the thing is that I wasn't able to take my longs for the reason that we swept this internal high before inversing this 1-minute gap, so I wasn't able to take the longs. But this told me like, okay, probably we're just going to keep going higher to then maybe rebalance EQ or that 1 hour to then keep going down. So then, like over here, we open up a 5-minute for value gap. We open up this 5-minute for value gap right here. So I wanted to see like a pullback into that 5-minute for value to then take continuation longs, and we end up putting an SMT with those, with the 5-minute for value with this, and we never had like anything right here. So we just start accumulating, and when we start accumulating, I was like, okay, I want to see either the manipulation upwards into this 1 hour and then aim for this 5-minute, or I want to see a manipulation lower to then aim for that 1 hour. So I was open to those two conditions. We end up having the manipulation higher out of this accumulation range, this manipulation into the 1 hour, and then we have like these inverses right here. We had these inverses. So I was like, okay, we're gonna have that short opportunity. The fuck? It's like Godhammer right here. God damn. So we had those inverses, and we also in MNQ we never had like the 3-minute inverse, but in NQ we did. So that's something pretty weird. That's something that I didn't notice. I was just focusing on MNQ because the size of the contracts was able to put in MNQ. So at the 1 minute we had those inverses right here. I wanted to see like a little bit more of a structure, for the reason that, well, price action is pretty choppy and we've been like chopping all the AM session. But the extra like confirmation that we had, it was like this CSD, I really like the volatility in this after that, and I took my position right here. My entry was right here. I put my stop loss in this thing right here in this body close, and I was aiming for the 5 minute for value gap right here. Let me change it. I was aiming for that 5 minute for value gap as a MEC plus PDI, a previous inversion distribution, that is taking the inversion out of that manipulation to then catch the distribution phase like in an early way, and just aiming for that 5 minute for value gap. At first I was like kind of skeptical because the only thing that we had like a reason for keep going down was like the trend, this low resistance liquidity at the lower time frame, and the 5 minute for value. But the thing is that at the 5 minute we never had like anything. No, at the 50 minute we didn't have like anything telling us like, okay, maybe if we have like a 50 minute for value up or something else, like I will be like more high convicted on taking it. But we never had anything like that, so I was just like, okay, this is something that I want to take, but I'm skeptical because we don't have like anything, but I believe that it's worth taking. And I went break even right here. I went break even in this internal low, for the reason that in ES that was a 5 minute for value up. So I was like seeing like, okay, maybe we can have like ES tap into that 5 minute and keep going higher, since price action is so choppy and this is correlated assets. I can see that as maybe like a support point to where price might want to go there. Where is it? Right here, this 5 minute for value up. So I moved my stop loss to break even because ES was inside of that 5 minute. Where is it? Aquí. So I moved my stop loss to break even, and then we were like 3 ticks away, like 5 ticks away to my take profit. Then boom, price action reversed, and I end up getting stopped out at break even. Really unfortunate. If I don't know if I feel like I will take a trade like this again, because it was late into the session and price action is just being like really choppy in this session. So I don't know if I will feel open to take a trade like this again. I was kind of skeptical because of that, but I believe that it was a good setup. We had everything, like in confluences, like in technical analysis, we had everything. Maybe with a little bit more applying discretion, I could have avoided this trade. And I believe that that's like some other skill that I need to develop more, like understanding how price action is moving. And if I see a setup, like maybe fade away because price action, the conditions are not like good conditions. So maybe that's something that I could like start applying. But still, I took it and I'm taking accountability for this trade. And well, nothing to do right here. I think that it was a really good trade. And then we have like this SMT. We put an internal SMT and we had like a 3 minute IVG. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with my plan and I'm just gonna take a trade. If it is break even or whatever, I'm just gonna stay away from the markets. And it was a really good thing that I did that, because then we have been stopped out at break even. No, break even, no. I would have stopped out, fully stopped out. So pretty nice of my part that, and just following my rules. So that's something of the system, and that's super good. I feel happy about that. And yes, pretty good day. I feel happy, and I feel like kind of mad that I took this trade, because I felt really confident, but I didn't like conditions and I did end up taking the trade. So that's something to think about. And yes, pretty systematic trade. So yeah, that will be it for today. And well, hope you all enjoy it, and peace out.